Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to another Studio Ghibli review for Studio Ghibli Month. And I'm going to preface this, as you can see, this is The Wind Rises, but I am going to say right off the bat that this is the final one of the films, at least that I'm recording. I don't know what the upload order is going to end up being of recording. This is the final one of all the Studio Ghibli films I've seen. So after this, there are a few movies that I have yet to see. Hopefully I'll get those out within the next couple weeks, but no promises. I just don't know how that's going to go at this point. But yeah, so The Wind Rises. This film was... This is going to be hard for me to talk about. This film isn't bad. In fact, when I first saw it, I loved it. I adored it. I saw this at the same time that I saw... when Marnie was there. And I loved When Marnie was there so much more that it completely overshadowed this, and I kind of completely forgot what this was about. And ever since, it never really came to my mind. I've never really thought about looking it up either. But I remember the basics, I guess you could say. And I have some information right here to help me along as well. The Wind Rises, just from my memory, I'm not going to look at that side of things right now, just from my memory, is about this guy who designs airplanes and stuff. I believe it's during World War One. He designs planes that end up being used for the war and stuff. It also mentions how he falls in love with this girl, but she ends up becoming deathly ill, and it kind of has this, like, really bitter ending to it as well. It's like... it's basically just an account of this guy's life as he's going to do his job and his dream of designing airplanes and stuff, and how he falls in love and everything that goes with that. Now I'm going to look at what this says on the screen here. The Wind Rises is a fictionalized biopic of Jiro Horikoshi, designer of the Mitsubishi A5M fighter aircraft and its successor, the Mitsubishi A6M-0, used by the Empire of Japan during World War II. Okay, it was World War II. So it's a fictionalized story of a real-life person who designed these airplanes during World War II. So, yeah, this film, again, it didn't really stick with me as much. It didn't stick with me. It wasn't as amazing. When I first saw it, again, the first time I saw it, when I first watched it, I adored it. But upon future viewings, I kind of just didn't get into it as much. And, well, okay, one future viewing. I viewed it once afterwards. And it's just, it never stuck with me because I always thought of, like, the other films and how much better they were. And it's like, I don't know. The film's not bad by any means, but it's like, I'm trying hard to remember most of it. Let's talk about the voice actors, because that's something I can talk about here. So, Jiro Horikoshi is voiced by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, interestingly enough. But we also have some other big names. Emily Blunt, John Krasinski, Werner Herzog, William H. Macy, Mae Whitman, Jennifer Grey, Stanley Tucci, Elijah Wood, Zach Callison from Steven Universe fame is in here, and Darren Criss from Glee as well. A lot of big names. And they all do a wonderful job. Like, the voice acting was great. The art and animation, I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. The clouds moving across the sky in this GIF is great. The soundtrack, the just majesty of it. I mean, also, I know it goes by really quick, but you see the grass that she's standing on when she's painting. You can see so much detail in the grass. So much detail in the other plants there as well. It's beautiful. Hideaki Anno, as well, is the original voice of Jiro in the Japanese, and I just wanted to mention that because of how big of a name he is for Japanese voice actors. Yeah, the film was very good. Uh, Jiro's character was likable, but he doesn't stick with you in my eyes. His love interest, the girl, she's okay. Like, I don't really, I don't really connect with her. I feel for her problem. Like, she has this, I believe I want to say it's tuberculosis, but I might be completely wrong about that. Um, he ends up marrying his girlfriend, and I believe she dies in the end. Um, I believe she does, and there's also this part about like Jiro's idol, who's like this like grand eccentric dude, and we only see him through like these dreamscape things, but he's interesting. Interesting. Um, the film covers the Nazi regime and secret police and whatnot, sort of like Porco Rosso covered the secret police. Um, and it's okay, it's good. But, again, I guess it was just on that first viewing that it really struck me. Because on the second viewing, and then just even trying to remember it, it doesn't hit with me as much. And maybe it is because of how much more realistic and just grounded it is. But not in a way like when Marnie was there. Let me put it this way. When Marnie was there, it's realistic in a way that connects with you. It's relatable, it's believable, it's understandable. The Wind Rises it's not relatable to everyone. Yes, there are some people out there who can relate to having a loved one die of a disease. There are people out there who can relate to being extremely interested in one field of study, like Jiro is with aircrafts. But it's just like everything together makes these characters not really that relatable. It makes them come across as just kind of distant. They're kind of like the idealized people that you see in a lot of films these days. You don't actually relate to them. You don't actually like connect with them as characters. They're just kind of like these characters who are living such fantastic lives you can't even imagine it. Or living even such lives in squalor in some cases that you just can't imagine that either. In this case, it's like their lives are just, you can't connect with that. At least I couldn't. I couldn't find anything to really grasp onto there. I've lost loved ones, yes. I lost my uncle a few years back. I lost my grandfather just a couple months ago now. And it hurts still. It hurt very much to lose them, but again, it's a different situation, and it doesn't really connect to the loss that's shown in this film. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I just can't connect to this film, and I can't relate to it, and I can't really find it as anything more than just really well made, yes, but that's pretty much it. But that is just my viewpoint, my opinions, my thoughts on the film. Tell me in the comments below what you think of The Wind Rises. And once again, this is the last one I'm recording because other than this, I've already recorded all of the films I've seen. There's only like 4 or 5 left, I think, but I have not seen them yet, so I can't talk about them. So whenever I get around to being able to watch them, I'll put up my reviews then. But I'm going to count this as the end to Studio Ghibli month. I did manage to get this all out. Hopefully it's all uploaded today on Thursday the 31st. I'm going to count this as the end because, again, the other ones I just haven't seen yet. When I see them, I'll possibly do reviews to them. No promises, but maybe. But yeah, I still got through most of the Studio Ghibli films this month, and every single one that I've seen, so I'd count that as a big success, wouldn't you? In the meantime, yeah, tell me what you think of The Wind Rises in the comments below, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie Royal, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.